Okay, so welcome to this discussion for inventory systems or inventory accounting systems. So let's start the discussion with a question. What is an inventory system? Tinatanong tayo, what is an inventory system? An inventory system or inventory accounting system is an accounting system employed by a company showing the manner of accounting for transactions involving inventories. Ibig sabihin lang ng definition na yan is that yung inventory system, it is a manner. It is a manner or a system kung paano nire-record ng companies ang kanyang transactions na nag-i-involve sa kanyang inventories. So that is inventory system or inventory accounting system. Parang in short, paano ina-account ni company ang kanyang transactions with inventories. Yun yung inventory system. There are two types of inventory systems are being employed. Both are applicable in practice. We have periodic inventory system and perpetual inventory system. Between perpetual and periodic, we always assume periodic inventory system. Anong ibig sabihin ng periodic inventory system? Periodic inventory system, commonly used siya na inventory system, and it requires physical counting of inventories at the end of the year. Si periodic inventory system, yung accounting niya, kung ano yung transactions, kailangan mo siya i-record in an account as is lang. So, for example, kung merong purchases, we use the account purchases. Pag may freight in, we have freight in. Okay? Pag merong purchase return, we use purchase return. Ganon. Pero sa perpetual naman, si perpetual gumagamit kasi ng stock card for tracking the inflow and outflow of the physical units of inventories, including the accounting for the cost of those inventories. Okay? Unlike with periodic, perpetual kasi physical counting is not required, although it is encouraged for the entities to employ physical counting even though it is under perpetual inventory system, just to check the records and the physical count of the inventories. Ano yung difference ng periodic inventory system sa perpetual inventory system? Si perpetual kasi, kapag yung transaction is a purchase, hindi siya nagde-debit ng account na purchase or purchases. Yung ginagamit niya is diretso na agad dun sa inventory account. Again, yung inventory account mo magdedepende kung ano yung business concern mo. So how do we differentiate in journal entries yung dalawang to? Periodic inventory system at saka yung perpetual inventory system. Sa summary, ganito yan. So to record purchase of merchandise inventories, si periodic, yung dinedebit niya is purchases. While perpetual yung dinedebit niya, merchandise inventories. As to credits, the same lang naman yung kanilang account na ginagamit. Either cash kung cash basis or accounts payable kung account or credit basis. Next, to record the freight in or the shipping in cost. For periodic inventory system, freight in yung ginagamit. Naging periodic inventory system siya kasi kung ano yung transaction na di-define dun sa kanyang journal entry. So, nag-debit tayo ng freight in, ibig sabihin, nagbayad tayo ng shipping in cost or transportation in relation to our purchase. While under perpetual inventory system, sabi kasi ni perpetual inventory system, since magiging part ng cost si freight in, part ng cost ng purchases, edi i-debit ko na lang agad sa merchandise inventories. Ganon yung concept ni perpetual. To record naman the return of merchandise inventories, sa periodic inventory system gumagamit ng special account. Yung tawag dyan is purchase return. So nadi-define ulit yung transaction with the use of a special account, which is the purchase return. It is a credit to purchase return. Under perpetual inventory system naman, because we always use the merchandise inventory account dun pa lang sa pag-purchase, then it is only proper to charge the return to the merchandise inventory account. Then to record the sale of merchandise, ito naman dito rin nagkakaiba si periodic at saka si perpetual. Under periodic inventory system, okay, and under both inventory system, pag yung question is to record only the sale, both meron silang journal entry na debit sa cash or accounts receivable, then credit sales revenue. Yun nga lang, si perpetual inventory system, meron siyang additional na journal entry. Yung additional journal entry niya is to debit cost of goods sold, then credit merchandise inventories. This is to track down kung magkano ba yung naibenta at kung magkano ba yung natira pang inventories. So binabawasan agad yung cost ng inventories na nasa records because nagkaroon ng sale. Pero sa periodic inventory system, hindi muna na i-reflect yung cost sa record. Okay? Then to record the sales return, pag nag-record ng sales return, both periodic and perpetual, meron silang entry na debit sales return, then credit, cash, or accounts receivable. But in addition to perpetual inventory system, meron din additional journal entry, which is debit to merchandise inventories and credit to cost of goods sold. Ang ginagawa kasi dito, nagkaroon ng sale, nagkaroon muna ng previous sale, and then nagkaroon naman ng sales return. Kung ano yung ginawa mo dun sa previous sale, nag-debit ka ng cash or accounts receivable, credit ka ng sales revenue, pag nagkaroon ng sales return, debit ka ng sales return, i-credit mo lang yung cash or accounts receivable. Both use a special account yung sales return. Minsan yung sales return, meron pa niyang kadugtong, sales return and allowances. So, yan, may additional entry lang sa perpetual inventory system which is debit ng merchandise inventories and credit cost of goods sold. Yung nangyayari kasi dyan, binabawasan mo yung debit ng cost of goods sold na meron ka from the previous journal entry in recording the sale, then binabalik mo yung cost ng inventories na naibalik sa'yo ng customer. Then to record the adjustment for ending merchandise inventories, wala na pong journal entry si perpetual inventory system. The reason for that, sa records pa lang, makikita na meron lang agad flow ng inventory account. Then, nakukompute na agad yung balance ng inventory just by looking into the debits and credits sa account ng merchandise inventories. Unlike with periodic inventory, since as is yung recording natin, kung purchase siya, purchase account yung gagamitin, pag purchase return yung gagamitin. So, nagkakaroon tayo dito ng adjustment. Nire-reflect natin yung adjustment sa inventory to recognize na meron pang natitirang amount ng inventories unsold. So in a journal entry, nagkakaroon tayo ng adjustment, nagre-recognize tayo debit to merchandise inventories to signify na yung balance na yan is the ending amount of inventories. Then credit tayo, close siya dun sa income and expense summary. Yung income and expense summary naman, temporary account siya. A temporary account under the income statement account, later on, i-close yan dun sa equity or capital accounts. Let's have an example. Sabi dyan, Intac One Company reported a beginning balance of inventories of 255,000 and had the following transactions related to inventories during the year 2019. Sabi daw, meron tayong beginning balance ng inventory, 255,000. Tapos, for the current year 2019, the whole year, nagkaroon daw ng mga transactions in relation to inventories. So, sa January 1, sabi niya, purchased 1 million worth of inventories from suppliers, half of which were paid in cash and the other half on credit basis. The company paid 10,000 for freight cost. Ibig sabihin ng first transaction, bumili na tayo ng inventories, nagkakahalaga lahat ng 1 million. Yung 500,000, which is yung kalahati, cash basis. Yung kalahati naman ng 500,000, credit basis. And aside from that, nagbayad pa tayo ng freight cost or freight in cost ng 10,000. Freight in siya kasi related sa pag-purchase. Yung journal entry natin dyan, Under periodic inventory system, since it is a purchase, debit tayo ng purchases, 1 million. Credit tayo ng cash, 500,000 for the cash basis payment. And accounts payable naman dun sa credit basis, 500,000. Then, i-record mo yung freight in as is, debit tayo ng freight in, then credit tayo ng cash, 10,000. But under perpetual inventory system, kung makikita nyo, the same yung credits. Cash, accounts payable, then another credit to cash. But yung nagkaiba lang is on the debit side. Because under perpetual inventory system, merchandise inventories yung ginagamit. So dito, sa pag-purchase, debit ng merchandise inventories, 1 million. Sa freight in naman, merchandise inventories, debit, 10,000. So next, February 1. February 1, at 200,000 worth of inventories were returned to suppliers in good condition. It was charged against the company's credit account. So, ibig sabihin lang yan, yung binili natin sa January 1, meron daw tayong binalik. Meron daw tayong binalik na 200,000 worth of inventories. In good condition pa rin naman siya. Tapos, sabi sa pangalawang statement, it was charged against the company's credit account. Ibig sabihin, yung pagbalik ng inventories, hindi siya i-charge doon sa cash na pinambayad natin. I-charge siya doon sa accounts payable. So, ibig sabihin, yung accounts payable natin mababawasan. Paano yan i-journal entry? Under periodic system or periodic inventory system, debit tayo ng accounts payable, credit tayo ng purchase return for 200,000. Under perpetual inventory system naman, yung credit natin is merchandise inventories. Why merchandise inventories? Kasi yung debits natin dito kanina sa pag-purchase pa lang, merchandise inventories na. Next, May 1, sold to customers inventories costing 300,000 for 500,000 cash. Ibig sabihin yan, nagbenta tayo dun sa customers ng inventories. Yung pagkabenta natin is 500,000 cash. Pero yung pinaka-cost lang doon niya is 300,000. So, yung journal entry dyan, under periodic inventory system, debit tayo ng cash kasi cash basis naman daw. Then, credit tayo ng sales revenue. The same journal entry na meron tayo under perpetual inventory system, debit pa rin ng cash, credit ng sales revenue, good for 500,000. But under perpetual inventory system, may additional journal entry lang tayo. Nire-record natin yung cost of goods sold in relation to the cost na inventory na naibenta. So, cost of goods sold, debit, 300,000. Then credit tayo, merchandise inventories, binabawasan natin yung cost ng inventories. So, 300,000. Next, May 31. May 31 received inventories from customers in good condition amounting to 60,000 with a cost of 40,000. Cash paid were returned that day. So, ibig sabihin, in relation dito sa May 1, kasi yung first sale transaction natin is nasa May 1. Sa May 1, nagbenta tayo ng inventories good for 500,000 na may cost ng 300,000. Pagka May 31, binalik yung 60,000. 60,000 will be the selling price nung 40,000 na worth ng inventories. Since good for cash siya, kailangan cash din yung ibalik natin. So sa May 31, yung journal entry natin dyan, to record the sales return on May 31 sa periodic inventory system, debit tayo ng sales return, credit tayo ng cash. By the way, yung sales return is a contra sales account. Yung purchase return naman kanina is a contra purchase account. Ibig sabihin, deduction. Si purchase return kanina, ito, yan. Si purchase return, ito, under periodic system, deduction siya from the purchase or purchases account. Si sales return naman, yan, si sales return naman is a contra sales revenue account. So deduction siya dito sa revenue account. So, under perpetual inventory system, the same pa rin yung first entry, sales return debit and cash credit 60,000. Pero may additional journal entry lang tayo dito. Binabawasan natin yung cost of goods sold na meron tayo sa record. So, debit tayo ng merchandise inventories, then credit tayo ng cost of goods sold, good for 40,000. Next, August 1, sabi dyan, sold to customers inventories costing 550,000 for 750,000 on credit. So, ibig sabihin dito, nagbenta ulit tayo sa mga customers natin. Yung cost daw ng inventories, 550,000, pero yung pagkabenta natin, 750,000 lahat-lahat on credit. In contrast dun sa May 1, for cash kasi yung sabi, so cash basis si May 1. So sa August 1, since on credit, ibig sabihin, pinautang natin. So yung debit natin dyan is accounts receivable. So yung journal entry natin, debit tayo ng accounts receivable, 750,000. Credit tayo ng sales revenue, 750,000 under periodic inventory system. Then, the same journal entry na meron tayo under perpetual inventory system, meron nga lang additional journal entry. So, regardless whether it is cash basis or credit basis or account basis, pag nagkaroon ng sale, meron po tayong additional entry on the cost of goods sold. So, debit tayo ng cost of goods sold and credit tayo ng merchandise inventories for 550,000. Then, next, receive inventories from customers due to defects amounting to 45,000 with a cost of 30,000. So, nagbalik daw ng inventories si customers sa atin, nagkakahalaga ng 45,000. Pero yung kanyang cost lang daw is 30,000. So, sales return debit tayo, sales return, credit tayo ng accounts receivable, under periodic inventory system, good for 45,000. The same journal entry again under perpetual inventory system. Then additional journal entry under perpetual inventory system, merchandise inventories, 30,000. Then cost of goods sold, 30,000. Then December 31, last transaction based on records and physical count, the inventories remained unsold for the year is 285,000. So, may natira pa daw na unsold inventories, good for 285,000. So, yung journal entry natin dyan, under periodic inventory system, debit tayo ng merchandise inventories, 285,000, then credit tayo income and expense summary, 285,000. But under perpetual inventory system, wala na po tayong journal entry dyan. Next naman is for accounting for cash discount. Accounting for cash discount is somewhat related dun sa inventory system. Yun nga lang, meron tayong a different focus dito. Okay, may different method naman na ginagamit for cash discount. So, accounting for cash discount depends on the perspective kung sino yung magre-record ng cash discount. Yung cash discount depende sa perspective ni buyer or sa perspective ni seller. Sa perspective ni seller, sales discount siya. Sa perspective naman ni buyer, purchase discount siya. The same discount yan. Both are cash discount. Yung pinaka-core concept niya, cash discount siya, mag-iiba lang yung pangalan niya kung different persona. So, kay buyer, since si buyer siya yung nag-purchase, purchase discount yung sa kanya. Si seller, since siya yung nagbenta, sales discount naman sa kanya. So, accounting methods applicable for accounting for cash discounts, we have gross method and net method. Between gross method and net method, yung naka-asterisk, yung gross method po yung mas common na accounting for cash discount. Yan. So, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. So, kay sellers is discount yan, yung cash discount. Kay buyer naman yung cash discount, purchase discount. Both are correct when it comes to their own perspective. So, accounting for cash discount on the perspective of the buyer. Unahin natin yung perspective ni buyer. So under gross method, purchases is debited to the gross amount. Then accounts payable, if it is accounts payable, sabihin na lang natin accounts payable, naka-credit siya at a gross amount. Pag nagbayad naman ng accounts payable within the discount period, kasi meron kasi tayong tinatawag na discount period. So pag nagbayad tayo within the discount period, yung debit natin sa accounts payable, debit natin siya at gross amount, at saka yung credit naman natin sa cash is the gross amount minus the discount. Kasi nagbayad tayo within the discount period, makaka-avail tayo ng discount. Then another credit, purchase discount. Purchase discount is also a contra purchases account along with purchase return. Then to record the payment of accounts payable naman, pag beyond discount period, lahat po naka-gross amount. Wala po tayong purchase discount na i-record kasi nagbayad tayo beyond the discount period. That is gross method. Take note of the debits and credits. Pero dito sa net method, unlike the gross method, upon the purchase, record agad tayo at the net amount. Meaning, binawasan na agad ng discount. So pag nagbayad tayo within the discount period, wala na po tayong discount na i-record. Kasi nga, binawas na natin agad at the moment of purchase pa lang. Pero kapag nagbayad tayo beyond the discount period, meron po tayong tinatawag na discount loss or purchase discount loss. Instead na magbabayad tayo at a net amount, net of the discount, since hindi tayo nakapag-avail because of paying beyond the discount period, yung babayaran natin is gross amount. Credit sa cash is at a gross amount. So debit accounts payable, net amount, yung na-record natin. Then debit naman tayo, purchase discount loss. Si purchase discount loss, other expense po yan in the income statement. So example, in Takwan Company, purchase merchandise costing 250,000 on a credit basis with agreed credit term of 210 and 30. Yung requirement, journal entries under gross method and net method. Assuming payment within 10 days, number 1. Then assuming payment was made beyond 10 days, number 2. Interpret natin, binentahan tayo, bumili tayo ng merchandise costing 250,000 daw, lahat-lahat. Then, credit basis, ibig sabihin, pinangutang tayo. Yung agreement daw, pag nagbayad tayo within 10 days, may 2% cash discount tayo. Pero pag nagbayad tayo, starting the 11th day to the 30th day, wala na daw pong discount na maa-avail. So, how do we record this one under both method? Yung necessary computations natin, gross amount na kailangan bayaran is 250,000. Pero, magkukumpute tayo ng discount. So, discount rate is 2%, assuming magbabayad tayo within 10 days. Cash discount natin is 5,000. Assuming magbabayad tayo within the discount period, yung magiging net amount lang natin na babayaran is 245,000. Needed natin to in the journal entries. So, accounting for cash discounts by Takwan Company as buyer. So, as buyer tayo dito to record the purchase of merchandise inventories on credit basis. So, at the moment of purchase, debit tayo ng purchases, credit tayo ng accounts payable. Gross method, 250,000 natin yan. Wala pang bawas ng discount. But upon payment of accounts payable within 10 days, so debit tayo accounts payable at a gross amount, pero yung credit lang natin sa cash is less the discount. So, 245,000 lang. Then, credit tayo purchase, discount 5,000. Pero kapag nagbayad tayo beyond 10 days, so gross method, yan, magbabayad tayo at a gross amount. Debit tayo accounts payable, then credit tayo ng cash at a gross amount of 250,000. Paano naman kung net method? Pag net method naman, okay, upon purchase, bawasan agad ng discount. So, debit tayo purchases, credit tayo ng accounts payable, 245,000. Then, to record the payment of accounts payable within the discount period or within 10 days, sabihin yan, yung record natin na accounts payable is 245,000. Then, upon payment, Accounts payable debit, 245,000. Then credit tayo ng cash, 245,000. Wala na tayong discount na i-record upon payment kasi nga, ibinawas na natin from the moment of purchase ka. Then to record the payment naman, assuming yung accounts payable, binayaran beyond the discount period. So, yung na-record natin na accounts payable, 245,000, yan yung i-debit natin. Tapos magka-credit tayo ng cash at a gross amount. Kasi nga, wala tayong naka-avail ng discount. So, yung difference is a debit to purchase, discount, loss, other expense dun sa income state, 5,000. Then, punta naman tayo sa accounting ng cash discount on the perspective of the seller. So, example, tayo yung nagbenta. So, sa part ni seller, to record the sale of merchandise inventories on credit basis, yung under gross method, accounts receivable is debited at a gross amount, then sales revenue naman, also at a gross amount. Sa pag-gross method, always consider gross amounts yung assumptions. So, to record the collection of accounts receivable within the discount period, yung i-debit natin sa cash is the gross amount bawas ng discount. Kasi nag-avail si customer ng cash discount. Then, debit tayo sales discount at the amount of the discount. Yung sales discount is also a contra sales revenue account. A contra account of the sales revenue along with the sales return. Then, credit tayo accounts receivable at a gross amount. That's the journal entry kapag within discount period. Pag beyond discount period, wala na pong sales discount na i-record. Kasi lahat i-collect. Debit ng cash and credit accounts receivable at gross amount. Pero pag net method, debit accounts receivable, credit sales revenue upon the sale at a net amount. Both at net amount. Since net amount yung recording dito, kapag nakakolekta tayo or si customer nagbayad within the discount period, i-record din natin yung collection at a net amount. So, to record the collection of accounts receivable beyond the discount period, since beyond the discount period na, we debit cash dun sa gross amount kasi lahat i-collect natin. Then, credit accounts receivable at the net amount kasi yun yung na-record natin kanina. Then, credit tayo again with sales discount forfeited at the amount of discount. Yung sales discount forfeited account is an other income account. Treated siya as other income in the income statement or profit or loss statement. Let's have an example. Intakwan Company sold merchandise for 300,000 on a credit basis and provided a credit term 5, 10, and 30. Nagbenta tayo. Yung selling price is 300,000 on a credit basis, so nagpautang. Then yung credit term, si customer makaka-avail ng 5% cash discount pag nagbayad siya ng within 10 days. Pero walang discount kapag starting sa 11th day up to the 30th day. Yung requirement natin, yung journal entries under gross and net method, assuming number 1, collection was made within 10 days. Number 2 naman, collection was made beyond 10 days. So, computations, 300,000 times 5%, 15,000 yung ating cash discount or yung sales discount. Kapag nagbayad within discount period, yung makakolekta lang natin is the net amount of 285,000. So, sa journal entries, gross method, debit tayo ng accounts receivable, credit tayo ng sales revenue for the gross amount of 300,000. Kapag nagkaroon ng collections within 10 days, debit tayo ng cash for 285,000 net amount, then sales discount 15,000, then credit tayo ng accounts receivable 300,000 gross amount. Pero kapag collection beyond 10 days, beyond the discount period, so gross amount din yung ating collection. Debit tayo ng cash, credit tayo ng accounts receivable at a gross amount. Pero under net method naman, sa moment ng sale, yung debit natin sa accounts receivable and credit sa sales revenue is at net amount na 285,000. Walang i-record na sales discount. Walang i-record na sales discount pag nagkaroon ng collection. Debit tayo ng cash and credit tayo ng accounts receivable pag nagkaroon ng collection within the discount period of 10 days. So, 285,000. Pero kapag yung collection beyond the discount period, yung collection natin would be a debit to cash at a gross amount kasi nga, hindi nakapag-avail si customer ng cash discount. Then credit tayo ng accounts receivable, 285,000 kasi yun yung na-record natin primarily. Then credit tayo ng sales discount forfeited, 15,000, which is treated as other income in the income statement or profit or loss statement. So that's it